Welcome to Ohio Airgun Shooter. On today's video, we're going to take a look at a couple of Fortnite Nerf guns. So this video will be a little bit out of the ordinary. One of the Fortnite Nerf guns resembles the Steyr AUG burst rifle. It's a 10-round battery-powered dart shooting Nerf gun, and as you can see here, it's made of all plastic. It does come with an optic on the top. It's just a clear piece of plastic. I mean, it has some lines on it, but it's not magnified at all. It does have a 10-round detachable magazine. The barrel's very large. I mean, it's all plastic. It has rails on top of the integrated scope, as you can see here. Again, it just has a piece of plastic in there. It has some etching on it, but it's not magnified. Now to release the magazine, you just push this little button in, and it drops out. Again, it holds 10 darts. You just pretty much load them like you would a cartridge magazine. It's fully made of plastic, except for, I believe, the spring inside. And it does have a battery compartment. It is battery powered. You just loosen that screw there, and this little plate comes out. And I believe it takes 4 size C batteries. This little hatch here is to help in case you get a jam. You can open that up once you drop the magazine out, and you can often put your fingers in there and kind of pull out the jam, or you might have to use something down the barrel to push it out. Get the batteries in. There's a button below the trigger. You need to hold that first for a few seconds, let it build up some air, and then you proceed by pulling the trigger, and it should launch each dart with one pull of the trigger. It's pretty much a semi-automatic Nerf gun. Now to access the battery compartment, you just loosen this screw here with a Phillips screwdriver, and it comes right off. And it does take 4 C-size batteries. I removed 4 batteries that were already in it. They've been in it for about a couple years now, but they've been running kind of strong. But we'll put some brand new energizers. I had a pack of them laying around, so we'll just install 4 brand new ones for the velocity testing and whatever else we're going to do today. Maybe a little target testing as well. Can't go outside and do anything today because it's pouring down rain. But you just install each battery. And there's a little markings on the inside tell you which way they go. So 2 of them one direction, and the other 2 another direction. And then the hatch, just make sure you get those notches seated properly, and it just lays down, and you can just retighten the screw, and then you're ready to go. Just don't over tighten it. You could strip it out because, again, this is just made out of plastic. Again, now to operate the Nerf gun, you need to hold this little button below the trigger down first with your middle finger. Let it the fan build up some air, some rotations, and then when you'll hear it when it sounds pretty fast, that's when you go ahead and pull the trigger. That's when you'll get your maximum power to launch the darts. The second Nerf gun we have today is the Fortnite sniper rifle. This one is a spring-powered bolt action, and it comes with the scope. It's fully made of plastic, just as the Steyr model. It has a 5-round detachable magazine, or 6-round detachable magazine. Now to remove it, you must pull the cocking lever back. It's ambidextrous, as you can see, which is nice for the kiddos. You do have right and left-handed shooters. but you must pull back the bolt handle before you can release the magazine. And again, it holds 6 rounds. It's printed on the side of the magazine. It shows you the direction in which to load them. There's a little notch on the side which will help you count and show you, how many darts there are in there. So you don't want to overload these, because the spring tension, they won't want to shoot. And then you just reinstall the magazine, push the charging handle forward, and then you're ready to fire. Unlike the Steyr model, this isn't semi-auto, so it's pretty much a single action, single shot repeater. Now it does have a scope. It doesn't have any magnification or any type of glass inside of it. It just kind of has some rings and some like imitation crosshairs. Now this little compartment hatch up here allows you to remove any jams that may happen. I often get a lot of jam because the darts may be a little crooked, or kind of, if you load too many in there, then the spring, there'll be too much tension and they'll tend to flatten out. A lot of times they'll get stuck, so do not overload it. As you can see here, the bolt must be back in order to insert the magazine or remove the magazine. Pull it back, push that little button forward, which is ahead of the trigger, and it drops right out. The only thing I don't like about these is they didn't color both sides black, the Nerf or the Fortnite. I mean, they looks like they were in a hurry, and it just kind of decided, hey, let's just stamp one side and get this thing out of here. But it would have been nice if they could have did it to both sides. Would have had, have matching sides, because this side looks really good with the black and yellow, and of course the orange looks pretty cool. So we'll get to load up some darts, and we'll do some shooting with both of these, and we'll just get some velocity testing, see how fast we can get the darts up to. But here's the original darts that came with them. These white and blue ones, they're identical. They're just different colors. They got the different kind of heads on them, the tips. This is just an aftermarket generic brand. You see the tip is different right here. I mean, they do feed just well. And then this came with a little tiny dart gun. It's a little suction cup. Come with this little thing here. You might have saw it in my last video. I kept referring to it as the noisy cricket from Men in Black, although I should probably call it the silent cricket instead. So we'll do that from now on. This is the silent cricket. And then we have the Fortnite sniper rifle and Fortnite AUG rifle. Now to load these is very simple. On this one, you just kind of follow how it's stamped on the side. It holds 6 darts, and you just go from the top and push them in. They go in rather easily. Just make sure they're in there evenly, so none of them get stuck. Make sure none of them are bent or flat, because that will cause jams. So, as you can see, it's very simple to load. Just make sure they go in the right way. My children, they often loaded them backwards, and it just didn't work right. They are very simple to load. Just be sure not to overload it. I mean, there's a notch on the back here, which you can kind of see once you have 6 in there. And there's also, not on this side, but the other side. I mean, this tells you how many it holds and the direction in which they go. And then on the other side, there's a long slit, which allows you to see that the darts are in there. You can count them there as well. Now the 10 round Steyr model is loaded the same way. Only thing about this is it doesn't have the black paint on the side. but it does have you know, the engraving or molding kind of shows the dart and which direction they go. Just make sure that when the magazine is inserted that the curve goes towards the front of the gun. So I'm pretty sure it only goes in one direction. Now the funny thing about these magazines are they are interchangeable for each gun. I've tried it and they seem to work just well. So if you want 10 rounds in the yellow sniper model there, you can actually use the AUG magazine in it and vice versa. So there, we got 10 loaded up in the Steyr and 6 loaded up for the sniper. Now to test the velocity, we'll be using my Precision Ballistics low-cost chronograph, which so far I've been pretty impressed with. It works quite well for what I didn't pay for it. It's readily available on Amazon. Now for adult, these actually shoulder quite nicely. I mean, they feel pretty good. Not like a tiny little toy, but I actually kind of like how they feel. Especially the sniper rifle. It shoulders very nicely. I like the thumb hole stock, and it's just I don't know, it's pretty comfortable. I like it. Might not, you know, be that great for a smaller child, but you know, definitely say, you know, 10 and up for sure. So I'm still a child at heart when it comes to these things, so they're pretty fun. We have lots of fun in the backyard together, me and my kids, and that's what it's about. Now on this chronograph, you just turn it on and you hold the button down till it flashes FPS, and then once the blue light is on, it lets you know that you're locked in the feet per second. Very simple. So first up is the Nerf Fortnite Steyr AUG. 10 rounds. It's battery powered. Again, you gotta first squeeze the button below the trigger, let it build up some air, and then pull the trigger. So here you can see it's shooting in the 70 feet per second range. Let's try 10 more rounds. $67.5, $66.8, $76.9, $66.7, $76.7, 72.6, 70.1, 69.7, 74.1, 74.2, and that was the last shot. So, I mean, pretty consistent. Now let's try the sniper rifle. This one's a bolt action, spring powered. I had a bit of a malfunction there. Just one of the darts was kind of lodged in the magazine and it wasn't allowing it to shoot. So let's try this again. 56.3, 64.1. Again, this is feet per second. 60.5. So it's shooting about 10 feet per second less than the battery powered. 69.1 or 59.1. 62.3. And that was the last shot. We'll load up 6 more and give it another try. Again, make sure the bolt is back before you eject the magazine. Otherwise, it will not come out. All right, 6 more rounds. Fortnite Nerf sniper rifle. 63.4 feet per second. 60 even. 63.7 feet per second. 55.2. That one did not read. I think I hit a post. That was another post. Or actually, that one kind of went over top of the back curtain there. So they're not very accurate sometimes. Sometimes the darts will just come out and go any way they want to. So let's try 6 more rounds. $57.9, 55.8, 53.5, 38.3. That one came out kind of funny. And then what? 57.6. And then that one's back up to 65.4 feet per second. And we're out. Here I'm just kind of demonstrating how the sniper rifle operates. You just pull the bolt back, push it forward, load in a dart up into the chamber, and then you just squeeze the trigger. And you have to do that each time, just like you would any bolt action sniper rifle. And it's very nice that this thing has an ambidextrous cocking lever. Now I'll just kind of demonstrate the same thing with the Fortnite Nerf Steyr AUG. Again, you have to press this little button below the trigger and let the fan build up some air. And then you can just squeeze the trigger each time. No cocking necessary. Fortunately, this doesn't have a burst mode. And you can see some of the numbers as I shoot as well. I'm just not reading them off. This thing's pretty nice. It maintains the 70 feet per second, mid, lower, upper. I mean, it does very well. I'm kind of impressed. Now we'll just do a little target testing. Try to hit some of these little targets I set up, some cups, some little steel targets, and just to see if they'll even knock them over. Or if even I can even hit them, because this thing's not very accurate. Neither one of them are. And this will only be from about 6 yards. We'll start with the Nerf Fortnite sniper rifle. Again, it'll be 6 rounds. I'm going to take the scope off because it's kind of pointless to use it, and what I like to do is just use the top of the rail here and kind of acquire my target with using it. I seem to get a little bit more accuracy with it that way. So we'll just give it a try here, see what we can hit. I reloaded. We'll try some more. That was a dud. Yeah, one of the darts got lodged, so I had to open up that little door and get it out. And another. I finally got it to start working again. One of the darts kept wanting to slide kind of clockwise into the chamber there. It just wasn't going in all the way. Now the Fortnite Nerf Styrog, 10 rounds. This one's battery powered, so it's more of a semi-automatic Nerf gun. Wow, I actually hit one. But the scope is very bad. It's hard to see through, so you're kind of just guessing where you're shooting at. So there you have it, the Nerf Fortnite Steyr AUG and sniper rifle. These are Nerf dart guns. They're fun. That's what matters. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.